Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the viewer title, you know what this video is about. The top 10 Steelers in 2025. My top 10 Steelers in 2025. I'm gonna put my thing on. I don't know if you guys can hear me still or not. I'm gonna put this on. There we go. There we go. We're locked in, we're ready. As you guys know, training camp starts this week, of course, for the Steelers, and we want to step closer to getting back to football. You know, I love all type of football, you know. I love watching all different teams, but I love mostly watching, of course, our Steelers. And this year, I'm feeling very pumped up. Last year, I felt pumped up as well. We felt a little short. It gave us a little hope. At one point, we was, 10-3, and we got a little hope, but then we lost the last, 4 or 5 games. But this year, I'm feeling very, very excited. But I want to dive into my top 10 Steelers in 2025. Let me dive into that right now. And starting off at actually runner-ups. So runner-ups, of course. We have, of course, at 14, Derek Harmon. I think he's going to be a nice player up front. A nice piece. It was a good draft pick for the Steelers to go out there and get. At 13 and a half, Nick Herbig, of course. Herbig is a good player, very explosive. He went out there and made a lot of plays. Remember that fumble he had against Derrick Henry in the playoff game, regular season game, the first time he played the Ravens, and getting strip sacks, making big time plays, of course. He's a nice player. I think he had that play against that was against the Bengals, I think, as well, like that too. And then number 12, you have Campbell Bennon. He's been playing better and better every season, of course, as well. I believe he had 3 sacks last year, right? 3 or 4 sacks last year. Did a good job up front making plays. And then, of course, at 11, we got Joey Porter Jr. Joey Porter Jr. is a good player. Only thing that's only the negative on him is the penalties at times like that. Most of his penalties came in only 2 games, really. And he had like 6 in one game, and then the other ones he had in a few games like that. So really, besides those, he was playing some very good football. Only allowed 1 touchdown his whole career so far his first 2 years. Very physical, like that, very physical cornerback. And like people said before, I'd rather move the sticks than give up 6. I'd rather move the sticks than give up 6. So I don't mind him getting the penalties. I don't overdo it, of course, but if you have to get a penalty to save a touchdown, that's what you got to do. And he go out there and he make things happen. So I have him at number 11. But let's dive into the top 10. At 10, I have Zach Frazier. Zach Frazier, the center from the Steelers, was a good player. Good player last year. He played some very good football. And he went out there and handled business. And I think it was good overall. It was good for everything overall like this. So I have him at number 10. And I also have somebody else at number 10 as well. I couldn't decide to take him off. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to be an important piece, of course, for the Steelers up front. You know, being the quarterback, being the helm of things. 28 touchdowns last year, 11 interceptions. Of course, not the best showing. Usually 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. For some quarterbacks, that might be some of their better years. But Aaron Rodgers is one of his worst years. That's how good he is. As you guys know, his mobility went down. He was coming off an Achilles tear as well. And also playing for the Jets. Like, come on, it's the Jets. So he didn't really play too well. But we know Rodgers had the capability of still delivering the ball, throwing the ball in the right spots, anywhere on the field, and going out there and making plays. So I think Rodgers will be a nice piece for the Steelers and will be the top 10 players of the Steelers this season. So I have him and Zach Frazier at number 10. At number 9, we have Pat Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth is a good player. A good player. You know, he can make plays, of course. I feel like he's just one step away from being one of those top level tight ends, a Pro Bowl level tight end, because he was almost there before. He had 700 yards one time before, and then last year he had pretty much touchdowns as well. I feel like sometimes he holds himself back, not playing as physical as he can play. I feel like he can be more physical. He can be more aggressive and like that, and go out there and make more plays after the catch. I think Pat Freiermuth can definitely do that. I think this season we'll see him doing more of that. But he is one of the top 10 Steelers. I feel like he's a go-to guy you can go to in the red zone. And in situations where it's crucial, where you need something to happen, you definitely go to, of course, Pat Freiermuth. Number 8, we have Chris Boswell. Chris Boswell, of course, we know he's been a big-time factor for the Steelers. He has won a lot of games for the Steelers, including the first game of the season. He hit all the field goals, going to score field goals that game. He's a big-time player for the Steelers. He's been a top-level kicker, the best kicker. Let me say it one more time, the best kicker in the league, Wizard of Oz. Go out there and make a lot of big-time plays for the Steelers. And, you know, you always rely on him like that. You always rely on him. He's been very accurate, very dominant. And Mr. Well, I can say his name, Mr. Tucker. He's been doing a lot of things, of course. But Mr. Tucker lost his spot. He lost his spot. And maybe last year was some of his karma coming back to get him. I don't know. But Mr. Tucker lost his spot. And Chris Boswell took the spot as a top kicker in the league for the past few years. Past 2 years, actually. And been dominating, of course, and doing his thing, of course. I think he was an all-pro this year, right, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, Chris Boswell is that guy. So, he's number 8. At number 7, we got, of course, the Pro Bowl tight end, Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith is 6'6". He can run a 4.3. He's broke the records last year for the Dolphins. He had the most receptions ever in Dolphins history. He had the most yards ever by tight end in Dolphins history. And he had the most touchdowns ever by tight end in Dolphins history in that season. So he went out there and broke the record with those big-time plays he made last year. I remember that overtime game against the Jets. We went out there and caught it and got the touchdown for the win. He's a big-time player. Big-time player, a big target, of course, as well. The Steelers having him is going to be nice, of course. It'll open up so much more. And he can do a lot of things. He can play inside if you want to as a tight end. You line him up wide, and he's just a mismatch because being 6'6" is already hard for cornerbacks to contest by him being the size he is. But also having that 4.3 speed, 4.3, 4.4 speed is going to just be crazy for anybody to try to stop. So he's going to be a nice player this year as well. Moving on to number 6, Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen last season started off a little shaky. Remember the first few games. I think the first like 3-4 games, he was a little shaky. People saying, oh, Patrick Queen is not playing the way he's supposed to play. But once he settled in to being a Steeler, and once he embodied what it is to be a Steeler, he went out there and showed some big-time plays. Playmaking ability like that. We're seeing him make the interception against the Ravens, his former team. Made a lot of big-time tackles, tackle for losses, and being physical, blitzing in, doing different things, of course, showing his coverage ability as well to cover different guys, tight ends, slot receivers, running backs. They're doing all types of things out there for the Steelers. I think he's definitely a top 6 Steeler in 2025 like that. And most of our list is going to be defensive players because that's what the Steelers is. Steelers is built on defense. They're trying to play in the old school style. But now they have upped the offense a little bit more. It's still not on par with the defense, but they upped it enough to go out there and try to compete and stuff. So we'll see how things go. Patrick Queen is definitely a top 6 Steeler. At number 5, we have the newly acquired Steeler as well, another one. And that's Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey, 7-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first-team All-Pro, big-time playmaker, probably a future Hall of Famer as well, probably, most likely. Super Bowl champion as well. Jalen Ramsey's a big-time player. He's a good player, of course, and he brings the energy. I've been wanting him to be a Steeler for years. You guys know this on this channel. If you see me, every time we played the Rams, I mentioned before, and years back we played the Jaguars, like that. That's before I was doing the YouTube. But I think I did some videos on vlog. I was like, I always want Jalen Ramsey to be a Steeler. He embodies what it is, playing physical and setting the tone and stuff. He's gonna be nice out there. And seeing those practices in training camp, whether see in a few days, when that happens, they start doing the receiver versus cornerback. DK Metcalf versus Jalen Ramsey gonna be prime time television to watch. Those two guys gonna be going at each other and make each other even better as well. They're gonna be nice to see. And seeing Jalen Ramsey in his AFC North, this tough division, with by being ferocious and being just like violent and stuff, it's gonna be nice to see. We're gonna see a different level of just like intensity. I think this year from him. At number 4, I have. What number 4 is? Oh, number 4, I have Alex Highsmith. Alex Highsmith, of course, the killer spin move. That spin move he be doing, getting out there, getting the sack. Alex Highsmith is a very good player. Sometimes he might not get all the credit for the sacks because, he had plays where he break free fast, but then usually lead the guy over to Hayward or Wide or something like that sometimes. But Alex Highsmith is a big-time player, and he make a lot of big-time plays, and he can play the run as well, like that too. But most of the time he get there, he always hit the ball with them. He does a good job at getting strip sacks and making plays and stuff. The only thing that's really knock on him is really probably like injuries at times, but besides that, this man is a baller. He's a beast. And Alex Highsmith is one of our top players. I think he's on pace to being a Pro Bowler. He could have been a Pro Bowler that one year he had with 12 or 13 sacks. They kind of did him dirty a little bit. Pro Bowl's a little different now. It's about popularity and fandom and stuff instead of being about statistics and numbers and production. But it's a story for a different time. But Alex Highsmith is number 4 on my list. And number 3, we have future Hall of Famer Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward is a big-time player. Last year, remember, he got paid his money. People saying they paid Cam Hayward too much money. Cam Hayward is too old. He's not going to be able to play. He's not going to go out there and do anything. He's going to hold the Steelers down. He went out there and dominated. He played at all-pro level. He played very good football last year. A top 100 player as well. They just rated him 85th on the list. A big-time player. Age is one thing. I know when players get older, they start deteriorating a little bit. Their body not the same. But some guys, when you're great, when you have that greatness in you, and that energy, you can still go and do it. It don't matter what age. Like LeBron James is literally 40. He's still averaging 25 points per game. Some guys can just go out there and be different. Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with 40+. Tom Brady actually has, think about like 3 Hall of Fame careers. His 20s, Hall of Fame career. 30s, a Hall of Fame career. And 40s, Hall of Fame career. Cam Hayward, the big-time player too as well. And like it's crazy because like early on in his career, Cam Hayward was cool, but I feel like as Cam Hayward got older, I ain't saying he's Tom Brady, but he kind of been on that same kind of path. It's like the older he gets, the better he gets. Because like when he got to his 30s, he started playing some of his best football. He started making all-pro teams and stuff. And then he got to, you know, getting later in his 30s, I feel like he still played even better football. I feel like the older he gets, the better he's played. So Cam Hayward's going to be nice, and he's a top 3 Steeler in my opinion this season. At number 2, we have DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf, of course, never been an all-pro, but with the playmaking ability he have, of course, and him being on the Steelers team and the way the Steelers are paying him that money, because usually you pay players, you don't pay players for what they've done like that. They paying him for what they think he can do, and we know Steelers bring the best out of receivers. And DK Metcalf is a big-time player. He's 27 as well. He's gonna be with the Steelers for a while. Physical specimen. His route running tree is limited at times, but I think he has the ability to be elite. Right now, I don't see him as elite. I see him as very good, but he has the ability to be elite if you go out there and lock in. I think with the Steelers, the way things are going, the way they develop receivers to play their best football and stuff as well, I think he'll go out there and be absolutely nice. I think he's one of the top players, and he's going to be making a lot of plays for the Steelers because he'll be one of our best I think he's our best offensive weapon in my opinion. It's probably him. Yeah, probably him. Yeah, most likely because Jonah Smith is cool too, but it's probably DK Metcalf is our best weapon, so he should see a lot of production from him. I'm expecting 1,400 receiving yards from him. Since he's more of a deep pass catcher, maybe 100 catches, but it might be 80, probably 85 catches, but 1,400 yards. He's going to be having 16 yards per catch. He's going to be going out the field making plays, so I'm expecting all that. And number 1, of course, TJ Watt, of course. Like TJ Watt, like he's a future Hall of Famer. He's like, was a 4-time first-team All-Pro, 4 or 5-time first-team All-Pro, and 6-time Pro Bowler. He the Defensive Player of the Year. He breaks all the records. He does everything. This year, he's probably gonna break another record or something. TJ Watt is just phenomenal. So he's number 1. I ain't gotta talk too much about TJ Watt. You guys know what Watt is. But yeah, my top 10 Steelers of 2025. Let me know what you guys agree with. What you don't agree with, then who you take off or who you move on as well. But I'll see you guys when I see you. I can't wait to, of course, training camp gets going, and then we get the season started fully, the preseason, and then we get to the real deal season, which is the regular season, and we're gonna get things pumping because I'm gonna be live streaming every Steeler game. Every Steeler game. Well, yeah, every Steeler game. Yeah, every Steeler game. They have some overseas, but I think they'll still be in time frame too as well. So every Steeler game, I'm gonna be live streaming as well. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna try to bring in Monday Night Football live streams too. I have some things coming for you guys. So Monday Night Football, I'm gonna try to live stream some of those games as well, and maybe occasionally Sunday Night Footballs as well, and some Thursday Night Footballs. I might rotate back and forth. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of live streams and watching the games. So this season's gonna be different. Last year I did I think 14 or 15 of them, but this year I'm gonna try to do all Steeler games, and I'm gonna try to do live streams of Monday Night Football and stuff as well. Monday Night Arsenal. That's what it's gonna be. I'm watching some of the live streams and stuff, and then it's gonna be cool. Like I'm still gonna do the before game day stuff, of course, as well for the Steelers and everything too. But it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be very cool. So I hope you guys are prepared and ready. That's all I have to say for this video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.
Open your heart, it's gonna be alright.